not being disloyal to you when I tell you I've come to care for a very fine man. It's taken me a long time to realize it, but I know now that I love him. So this is like saying goodbye to you, in a way, even though I know that you and I will always be a part of each other. With all my love, Kelly.
It's not a love letter at all. It's a goodbye letter. Finally, Kelly. Finally, you're mine. I can't wait to tell you how much I love you.
To the end of my old life, and the beginning of my new one.
Eden? Where are you, baby?
What are you doing?
The drudge work that Jack Lee is too busy in Washington to get around to.
You're working on my case. Why?
Believe you're innocent, Sophia. At least of this particular charge.
I never thought you'd ever offer to help me again, nor did I ever think I'd accept it.
And don't get the wrong idea, Sophia. I still haven't forgotten or forgiven you your lies. But I'm meticulous about my work. I don't want to see a case that I've been involved with botched. Unless, of course, you'd rather not have me represent you.
I don't know if I can ever forget or forgive you for what you did to your father. But I know there's one area in which you're very committed, and that's your work. Excuse me, I'll get it. Mason. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry to disturb you at this hour, Sophia, but something important has come up and business. I have to talk with Eden. Is she around?
Yes, I believe she's upstairs with Cece. Come in.
Great. Thank you. So, how are you doing? I'm sure you're nervous about the meeting tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't think I'm going to get much sleep tonight.
How do you feel about him handling the case?
He's a good lawyer. Hello?
There you are. Yeah, I woke up and you were gone. What happened?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know how I got here.
Are you serious?
I had that dream again.
Darling, why didn't you wake me up?
I had to get here.
Your father?
He was calling to me through the dream, and I remember getting out of bed, and I remember getting here.
Eden, look, I'm coming over. You stay where you are, okay?
Okay.
It's okay, Eden. It's all right. I'm here. There's nothing to be afraid of. Are you okay now?
Yes, I'm sorry I panicked like that.
Look, you don't have to apologize. I'm glad I was here. It's not often that I have a chance to...
Want to see me lose my cool?
Eden, I've always admired your cool. But it makes me feel good if I can help you out.
You've helped me out? With the Walton deal and in Hawaii?
Eden, I mean personally. I like you. Very much.
Well, I like you too. I wonder if he saw what happened.
Am I holding you?
No. He saw me panic. I'd hate for him to feel like I didn't like to be near him.
Eden, if he saw it, he'd understand.
Oh, I hope so.
Dancing under the stars.
Need a partner? I'm sorry, 2 partners.
Thanks, I've got one already. Always follows my lead and never steps on my toes. You just forget I just said all that garbage.
Sure.
Why is the baby up?
He woke up hungry.
They shouldn't be out here. It's cold here.
He's all bundled up. You're the one that's cold. How long have you been out here?
I don't know. A few hours.
A couple of hours, that's it. You're going in.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I like it out here. There's air and there's peace and quiet. I'm all cooped up inside. I just need to breathe again.
Okay. Can Johnny and I keep you company?
It's your porch. Look, can you pass me that evening paper down there? It's out of my reach.
Sure. I didn't even see it here. You know, our paper boy sure has lousy aim. Here you go, sport. There's some more interesting stories. I was listening to the news. Classified ads. How come?
I like to read them. It's like the yellow pages. They fascinate me, all right?
Nick, you didn't get this one.
No, not from the cemetery, from a meadow on the way home. Kelly, I need to know. Did you mean everything you wrote in that letter?
Every word. I guess I had to write it down to make it final for myself more than anyone, you know? Nick, it just took me so long to accept his death. Because in my mind, he was still my husband. And I guess I felt like I was betraying him if I were to love someone else.
But now?
Now I know that's not true. Because it feels right to be with you and to love you.
If you could know how I've longed to hear you say that. From the very first moment that I saw you in the park, I knew that something so fine had come into my life. I dreamed about what it would be like when you finally came to me. And then it finally happened, those weeks in the ghost town. But I knew they couldn't last. I didn't know if I'd ever find you again. But this is really happening, or is this another dream?
No, it's really happening. And there's only one thing missing.
What?
You haven't told me you love me.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Still think we should have a contract between us?
Oh, please.
Don't remind me I'm such an idiot sometimes. I want to work with you for the rest of our lives. When we're not making love, though.
Oh, aren't you sleepy yet? Don't you know babies are supposed to sleep all the time?
I think we have definitely got a night person here on our hands. Small single with view, 1 bedroom, walk-in kitchen. Someone you know planning to move.
Yeah.
Who? I see. Well, maybe he could have your room because I have the distinct feeling you're planning on moving.
Maybe.
What's wrong with the accommodations? Not enough hot water? You don't like babies crying?
Look, it's just time for me to get out of here now, Amy.
No, it is time for once in your life to let somebody else take care of you.
That's exactly what I have been doing, and it's not working out.
And how do you think you're going to manage living on your own?
I'd manage.
How? You're a lousy cook. You're going to go without baths and clean sheets?
People in wheelchairs learn to take care of
People
themselves.
in wheelchairs aren't warned that too much movement could paralyze or even kill them.
Look, I'm the only person who knows what's right for me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Wallace. Okay. So, if the going gets a little rough, what are you going to do? You're going to stick your head in an oven instead of asking for help?
Thanks for all your faith in me.
I have faith you're going to be completely well if you stop acting like a jerk.
Oh, I'm a jerk. I'm only a jerk when I don't do things your way.
Are you trying to elicit sympathy from me? Okay, here goes. Poor boy, look at him, how courageous he is, struggling against all odds.
Shut up! I don't want anybody's sympathy. I just want to be left alone. I don't want to be a burden to anyone but myself.
Who says you're a burden?
Amy, you have to do everything for me. You're trying to tell me that you like it?
I like being there for someone I love who needs me.
What if he needs you forever? Think about that. Even your son here is going to grow up and be on his own someday, but I could be stuck in this chair for the rest of my life. Are you ready for that?
You have no faith in yourself. And I'll tell you something. I'll take you any way I can get you, in a bed, in a wheelchair.
Wait, what are you talking about? If I hadn't been hurt, you wouldn't even be here. If it wasn't for the accident, you're willing to give me up before that. Now you just feel guilty.
I came back out of love, not pity. Now, it was a mistake to think I could live there without you. I wouldn't have lasted any time at all.
Will you just leave me alone? Just leave me alone.
Come on, Johnny. It's you and me. Come on. Hi there, you little one. Let's go.
Good night.
I am going to put Johnny in his crib, then I'm going to make a long-distance call to New Staland, and we're never going to mention it again.
Angel. God, how I love you.
I love you so much.
Darling, are you ready to come home now?
Cruz, it's as if he's reaching out to me in my dreams and my thoughts.
Baby, I think you should stay away from this room for a while.
He's a prisoner of his machines. He's a prisoner of his body and of these machines. And I need to be here for him.
No, you don't need to be here. Not when it's making you feel like this. If you get sick, it's not going to do him any good.
Nothing's going to do him any good.
Eden,
Nothing.
You can't give up on him now. He's fighting for his life.
Is he? No, I don't think so. Look at these things. He is fighting to end it, but we won't let him.
Oh, God.
Darling, please. Please.
No. I saw my father's face, and he was staring at me and the scope, and he was begging me to end it. He was pleading with me to do it.
To do what?
To end it.
Oh.
His misery and his indignity. It was the same as when he was alive and he was asking me, but this time he was begging. He was begging me to please end it.
You're very tired and you need to get some sleep.
No.
Eden?
I wanted to make him better. I wanted to make him better, and I couldn't. And in my dream, in my waking dream, I reached up to the power switch, and I was going to turn it off.
Listen to me. Once when I was in France, I found myself on the edge of a cliff looking down, and I realized that I could just let go and fall. There was nothing to keep me from doing that. It terrified me to realize I had the option. Now, the same thing's going on here. You're sitting around staring at him in these machines hour after hour, and your own thoughts are starting to drive you crazy.
He didn't want to live this way.
That man does not want to die. Now, you have to stop torturing yourself. When these thoughts come in your mind, you have to cut them dead. It's only when you dwell on them that they start to seem real.
I don't know what's real anymore. I'm scared.
Baby. We're gonna get through this together. It'll be okay.
I don't want all these people in here, Mr. Capwell. This isn't a public hearing.
Yes, I understand that, Your Honor, but Inspector Castillo has a strong involvement in the case, and Mrs. Armante's
I don't even want Mrs. Armante in the room now. This is going to be a very quiet threesome here. Myself, District Attorney Patterson, and you.
Excuse me, Your Honor, but how can you have a hearing with the defendant not present?
Eden.
Counsel can explain the technicalities to you on his own time, Miss Capwell.
I will, Your Honor.
Pardon me, Your Honor.
Yes.
As Mr. Capwell has pointed out, I was actively involved from this case from the beginning. I was the arresting officer and did most of the investigating.
I'm sure we're all aware you're one of Santa Barbara's finest, Inspector Castillo.
Thank you, sir. I don't need a pat on the back, though. I just think that my presence might be helpful to all parties. I have a few thoughts I'd like to contribute to the proceedings.
Well, let's not waste any more time talking about it, Counsel. You really want this fellow in here? Now, just give me a simple yes or no answer.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Any objection, Mr. Patterson?
I can't think of anything right now, Your Honor. I hope there is no reason to change my mind later on.
Does that mean no objection?
It does, Your Honor.
Okay, Inspector, you're in. Everyone else, wait outside.
Well, wait a second.
Now, I'll bring you both back in just as soon as I've made my decision.
Eden, thank you.
For what?
Thank you for coming with me today and for being so concerned in there. It makes me very happy that you're all fighting for me, that you're behind me, even though I know that you're all very angry.
I don't think one thing really has anything to do with the other.
Maybe not, but I'm still very grateful. Do you think that you and Ted and Kelly will ever be able to forgive me?
I don't know.
It's so strange. A lifetime ago, I made a decision to tell a lie for what I thought were very justifiable reasons then, and that lie has come back to rob me of everything that's important in my life. The love and respect of my children and their father.
I guess it wasn't justifiable in the first place then.
Maybe not, but I can't do anything about the past, but I can do something about the future. I can try to win your love again, if that's possible, and Cece's.
And furthermore, Your Honor, I submit that Sophia Armante has paid for her mistakes and will continue to pay for them for the rest of her life. But they are only mistakes, not crimes committed with malice aforethought or even crimes of passion, for she never intended to kill anyone. Mrs. Armante is now close to her family again, and they are the ones who would be hurt if she were to be taken away once more. She has proven since her return that she is no threat to society. Therefore, I urge you to accept a plea of guilty to the reduced charge of involuntary manslaughter with the promise of a suspended sentence for this woman who, in my opinion, has already suffered enough.
Is that it, Counsel?
It is, Your Honor.
Well, you're obviously committed to this case and to your client, but You haven't shown me any reason why I should accept a reduced plea, a reduced charge, and suspend the sentence. The woman admits she's guilty of taking a young man's life, and she did set up a potentially dangerous situation. You haven't shown me any reason why she doesn't belong in jail.
Nick, somebody's at the door.
Can't be. It's the middle of the night.
No, it's not. It's broad daylight outside.
Oh, whoops. Hold on. I'll be right there.
Oh.
Mr. Hartley, I'm Richard Jenkins, Kelly Capwell's employer and publisher.
Oh, Mr. Jenkins. Yes, I'm sorry. Please do come in. I wasn't expecting you.
The phone is out of order.
Oh, it must have been knocked off the hook.
Mr. Hartley.
Nick.
The deadline for your book is come and gone. Is it ready?
Well, sir, I'm afraid it's not quite ready yet.
I thought so. I'm afraid I can't wait any longer. Good day, Mr. Hartley.
Mr. Jenkins, please don't go.
Kelly, I must say I expected this from him, but I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, look, we are so close to being finished. We have been up on this night and day, and it's my fault for falling behind, not his.
Now, whatever the excuse, missing a deadline is unprofessional. It usually means the work is unprofessional, too.
Yeah, I understand. But since you're here, why waste a trip, right?
I always believe in cutting my losses.
Well, listen, you can't lose anything just by looking over the first chapter, right? And then still, if you want to pass, you can.
All right. One chapter.
Please, sit down right there.
Good morning. How are you today? Now what are you doing?
Nothing. Did you call Miss Taylor?
Yeah, finally. You know, I told the king he's got to get one of those telephone answering machines because he's always out attending functions and things.
Why don't you buy him a gold one for his birthday?
What a good idea. I could mail it insured.
Well, why? What have you done?
I informed himself, the king, the prime minister of the council, that Johnny and I won't be living there after all.
You didn't?
Yes, I did. Didn't I, Johnny? He even spoke to his grandfather. Well, it was more of a burp than a conversation, but Grandpa loved it.
Why the hell did you go and do that?
Because I want to be with you.
But I don't want to be anywhere with you. Why can't I get that message across to you?
I think I better get a telephone answering machine because it's going to take a lot more than you're feeling sorry for yourself to drive me away. And I realize this is only temporary, right? Once you're well, you're going to be your old sweet self again.
Oh, yeah? How do you know I'm going to be well again?
I just know it.
Thanks, Dr. Perkins. But forget it. Why don't you just call this guy back and ask him if the Queen Mother's job is still open, eh? Because I don't plan to be a fixture in your life any longer.
When you can walk again, you can walk out of our lives. Until then, you're a captive. Matter of fact, I'm going to leave John here to guard you while I go to the market. He won't give you too much trouble. Will you, Brick? This is what you're looking for, champ.
To get out of this nursery, I'm telling you.
Your Honor, as assistant DA, I worked on many cases, but none of them cried out for leniency as much as this one.
I disagree, counsel. Even if Channing Capwell Jr. only lived up to half of his potential, why, he would have had a lifetime of accomplishments.
No doubt about it. He was an outstanding kid, a pride to this community.
I remember how excited my wife and kids were when he won that international riding championship. He got his picture on the cover of a big-time magazine. For a boy like that to have his life cut short in such a senseless way, well, it's a shame.
Yes, Your Honor, I will agree that Channing Capwell was a young man of obvious talent and charisma. He was also the apple of his mother's eye, and his accidental death was the greatest tragedy of her life.
Nevertheless, she is the one who fired the bullet that killed him. You don't just snuff out a life like that and expect to walk away freed. That's not the way the legal system in this country works. That's not the way you serve the best interests of society.
Your Honor, I fail to see how society will benefit in the least by putting this woman behind bars.
Inspector, you're the one who got her to confess. But don't you think she deserves to serve time?
Actually, Your Honor, I was hoping to...
Now, come on. Now, you pushed your way right into the middle of this, so make yourself useful.
Before I reply, I'd like to take a moment alone to confer with Mr. Capwell, if I may.
Well, I don't see the point of it, but make it fast.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Excuse us, Your Honor.
I want a chance to testify as a character witness for Sophia. I think maybe I could get him to see he's making a mistake.
Think you'll have any better luck than I did?
I don't know. I'm not a member of the family. That might make me seem more credible.
Well, what's going on?
Nothing yet. All right, go ahead, Cruz. I'd like to say we have nothing to lose, but if you rile His Highness in there any more than he already is, we won't have a prayer.
I don't think we have a prayer right now.
What's going on?
I don't have time to explain it, but don't worry. I think I can handle this.
Handle what?
Acting as a character witness for Sophia, trying to sway a judge whose mind is set in concrete.
Well, I think if anybody can do it, Cruz can.
I hope so. I got nowhere. Excuse me.
Doesn't sound like things are going too well.
Don't you worry, honey. We'll be all right. We're in good hands.
Would you two mind giving me a little breathing space?
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Look, is there someplace else I can read this in private? You're both irritating me.
Well, there's the dark room or the bathroom.
I saw a comfortable chair downstairs in the lobby. Mind if I take this and read it there?
No,
No,
it's fine.
please do.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll come back when I've finished.
Well, take your time, sir. We'll be here. I think he likes it.
I do too.
Maybe he just wants to make real sure before he turns it down.
No, I really think he likes it. I do.
I really think I like you. As a matter of fact, I love you. I haven't had a chance to give you a good morning kiss. Good morning.
Morning.
How you feeling?
Feel great.
Yeah?
I feel like myself and somebody else at the same time.
Who's that somebody else?
Woman from the ghost town, maybe?
That's just another part of you.
Yeah, but I couldn't find her. And then I realized last night that's all I had to do was let go of myself. And I passed and bam, there she was.
And you've done that now, haven't you?
That's right, and I'm so happy. You feel the same way?
I stopped believing that dreams could come true a long time ago. But last night I became a believer again. Mine all came true at once.
You still have dreams about having a book, too, don't you?
Mm-hmm, but that's different. I mean, I'm not greedy. It's good for the soul to have a few dreams you have to fight for still. Now, if Mr. Jenkins does not like our book, we're going to keep plugging and find a publisher for it someday, okay?
I like your spirit, Sonny.
Mm-hmm. I like your lips, lady.
Come here.
No, better stop. If we don't stop now, I won't be able to.
Oh, yeah? Well, then don't. Nick, you think one day we'll get so used to each other that all the magic will go away and that our dreams will become ordinary to us and all? You know, I've seen it happen to people a lot.
No, that's not going to happen to us, Kelly. Oh, hi. So you finished that fast? I bet you can't wait to read the last chapter, huh? We'll have it for you in the morning, first thing.
I don't need to see it.
Oh, you don't want to see it? Well, Mr. Jenkins, all I can say is that it's your loss. I mean, I know you're a good publisher, but this choice is dead wrong of yours. Kelly and I have put our best efforts into this project. It's a very fine book. No matter what, we're going to get it published, even if we have to do it ourselves. Right, Kelly?
Mm-hmm. The reason I don't need to see the last chapter, Mr. Hartley, Nick, is because I think what I've read so far is sensational. Finish it up and bring it in, and I'll publish it.
Now you're gonna have to find another game to fight for because this one's come true.
It's no use, kid. Save it for your mom. It's wasted on me. You're stubborn, you know that? Just like her. She doesn't know when to quit either. I'll tell you something, you're gonna have to learn the fine art of relentlessness if you want to stand up to her one day, so good luck. But I'm bailing out before I lose my guts. If I ever got together with your mom in the first place, I'll never. Will you just please forget that I just said that? Okay? I was the luckiest man in the world to have the time I did with her. I'm just having a hard time trying to forget what it's like to be next to her. You know why? Because she's like snuggling up to a crackling fire on a cold day. I don't have to tell you that, do I, pal? Your mom's special. The day I saw her is the day that I stopped looking. She's all I wanted. And you, of course. Family, great future. Man, I had it all. That all came to an end one fine night in the driveway of the locker. That's why we gotta go our separate ways, okay? I want your mom to give you what kind of life you both deserve. No matter where you are, whether it's halfway across the world in New Zealand, never stop thinking about you. I'll never stop missing you. I just wanted it so much. You just have it taken away from me like this. Your mother's right. I gotta get out of this habit fast. What's the matter, kid? Getting tired of my moaning and groaning here? What the hell? Oh, no! God, what am I gonna do?
Dangerous to move.
The doctor said no movement. You'll be putting your life in danger.
Move and you could die. Move and die. Move and die.
During the investigation, I pieced together the events that led to the shooting, events that Sophia herself repressed immediately after the act. You see, the woman had never committed a crime of any kind, had no history of violent behavior. It was completely out of character for her to threaten somebody with a gun, even an empty one. That she was driven to such an extreme is simply a measure of how desperately frightened she was. She believed that gun was empty. There's no doubt about that. She herself had removed the bullets. What she didn't know is that her former husband had replaced them. In my mind, there's no doubt the woman would have given up her own life before harming her son. I mean, she loved Channing very, very much. Ironically, that very morning, he himself had used the same gun to threaten a former friend who was trying to blackmail him, but that's beside the point. What I need to say is, I know her. And, Your Honor, I swear there's no way she's a threat to anyone. I'm sure there are many people, including her own children, the brothers and sisters of the boy who was killed, who would gladly testify to that in court if need be. She is not a killer. All you'd have to do is spend a little time with her yourself, and that would be perfectly clear. So I implore you to do so before you make your decision. See her, talk to her. I think you'll come to the same conclusion.
Bring in Mrs. Amante.
Okay, Your Honor. Here.
I want to talk to her alone. Will everyone else please step outside? Have a seat, Mrs. Amante.
Thank you.
I've been told that you have been punished enough for what you've done. You feel that way too?
No, I don't.
Would you explain that, please?
How could anyone be punished enough for killing their own child? If I had remembered what I had done at the time, I would have turned myself in immediately and begged to be put to death or at least in prison for the rest of my life.
Why did you decide to plead not guilty when you finally did find out?
By that time, I had come home again. My children had accepted me. And we loved each other again, and I could see how much Cece needed me. You see, that they all believed in my innocence. So, I wanted to fight for myself, for their sake. But the truth is that something inside me died with Channing. You see, I loved him more than I loved myself or my own life. Your Honor, I am not afraid of a trial. As a matter of fact, that's the way I wanted it. Except for the fact that my children would have to relive over and over again the shameful moment when their mother killed her own child, their brother. So you see, Your Honor, I am very glad right now that I am pleading guilty, because that means that it will be over quickly. And at least I can spare them some hell.
Mrs. Almonte, would you, wait outside with the others for a few minutes? I'll let you know what my decision is as soon as I've made it.
Mrs. Capel, it's you. I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize you. I should have known.
Oh, that's all right, Mrs. Nolan. I was just visiting with my husband. I like to spend as much time as I can with him every day. I think he knows when there are people around him who love him. I think it helps.
Oh, of course. But if you like, I'll leave you alone a while longer.
Oh, no, that's all right. I don't want you to stop your duties. Just do what you do. I'll stay out of your way.
Oh, you're not in the way at all.
You know, the other day we had quite a scare. There was a sudden storm. We lost all the electricity, and the machine stopped.
Who was on duty?
It was Miss Duval, but she got the emergency thing going right away, so everything was all right. But I must admit, I did panic a bit. I don't know what I would have done if I was alone. I didn't know anything about the machines. I still don't.
That's why you hire us to look after things for you.
Yes, but then I got to thinking, what would have happened if the backup system failed, too?
That wouldn't happen, Mrs. Capwell. Don't you waste your time worrying about it.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But how can you be so sure? It's just a machine. It's not infallible.
But I check the emergency batteries regularly. Be sure they're charged. There's no short circuit. I am on top of things, you can rest assured.
Yes, I will. Thank you for explaining all of this to me. Now I know my husband will be safe in any emergency. You see, he's just so dependent on these machines. I want to do everything I can to protect him.
I have reached my decision. As you're all aware from the first, my inclination in this case has been to dole out a good stiff sentence to this defendant. The circumstances certainly seemed to me to warrant it. I began to have some doubts when I saw the compassion that all of you feel for this woman. You all feel deeply that she's paid a very heavy price for what she's done, that her family has paid too, and that she'll have to live with the consequences of her actions for the rest of her life. Now, I have often said that the record speaks for itself. In this case, however, just examining the record was not enough. You were right, Inspector Castillo. In order for me to make my decision, I had to find out who this woman really was, to catch a true glimpse of her soul, if you will, through your eyes and through her own eyes. I believe I have done that. I will accept the plea of guilty and suspend sentence as was requested. Don't look so glum, Mr. Patterson. I am going to impose a sentence of sorts. Mrs. Almonte, I'm going to require that you devote 10 hours a week for the next 2 years to a public service project to be determined.
Does this mean that she doesn't have to go to prison?
So long as she fulfills the conditions of her sentence, that is correct.
Your Honor.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not giving out any interviews right. What did you say? She got a suspended sentence? What? Public service? Are you sure? No, I don't have any comment. Damn it! That's not fair. Cece, did you hear that? Sophia got away with murder.
Santa Barbara is with us once again tomorrow afternoon here on Sky One. So join us for another gripping episode. In half an hour, it's the Brady Bunch, but stay with us now because after the break, we've Wife of the Week. See you soon.